Welcome to For the Love of Books, a podcast by North Lanarkshire Libraries.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the North Lanarkshire podcast For the Love of Books. My name is Chris Wilson, the E-Services Librarian, and this will be my final podcast for 2024. And for it, I thought I would give a little bit of a roundup, almost like a bit of a Spotify Wrapped of our year for libraries. It's been a fantastic year, 2024. We have had lots and lots of stuff going, and I'm sitting here getting excited about Christmas. It's Christmas jumper day today. I'm sitting recording this with my Christmas jumper on, and I hope you guys are all getting excited about Christmas as well, because we love Christmas in our library service. And it's a time to reflect back in how much we have achieved over the year, and there has been lots and lots of great stuff to talk about. And this is just going to be a little bit of a short snippet of some of the amazing things that's went on in our libraries this year. There is a whole host of other stuff that we could talk about as well, and kind of mention as well throughout it. But I've got a few kind of bullet points of stuff that I wanted to highlight as some of the amazing achievements that we've had throughout the year, and we thought it was worth mentioning and talking to you guys about. So, first off, it's maybe not the most interesting one, but we introduced printing to our service, which has made printing possible from home and also within our libraries from your own devices and stuff like that. You can use our printer IDs to send your documents to the library, come and collect it, and even pay for it online and stuff like that. It's fantastic, and it's a great new service that we have introduced in 2024, and lots of people have benefited from it already. One of the big problems that we always used to face is people not knowing their passwords and things like that for getting into emails. This solves a lot of that sort of stuff by allowing you to print directly from your device. And so you don't need to kind of try to figure out how to sign into your email addresses on our PCs. You can just send it to the printer from your phone or your laptop or whatever device you've got with you whenever you come and visit the library. We also started a writers group in Cumbernauld Library, which has went from strength to strength, and it has been kind of going all year long as well. And they have kind of created lots of nice little bits of writing and stuff like that. And it's led by one of the staff up in Cumbernauld who has got a lot of experience with writing herself. And it is a great little group. And if it is something that you guys would be interested in, do contact Cumbernauld Library to find out more about if you can come along and join and get a little bit of experience doing that and stuff. And they held some special events as well throughout the year. For example, during Book Week Scotland, they had a little kind of writers event, which a lot of them were involved in, and kind of showcasing some of the stuff they'd written, and also kind of hearing from a few writers and stuff like that came along to the group as well, which is another great thing. One of the things that I was involved in at this nearly kind of sort of early middle year of the year was to create a climate change ebook in conjunction with schools for a national project from libraries called Shelf Life, and the ebook was called Our Planet's Shelf Life, and it was basically getting the chance to get school kids' thoughts on climate change, and they had to create a little image, use some digital art, which was really, really cool, and give a little bit of a blurb about what they thought about the importance of climate change and why it was important for them and future generations and stuff like that, which was really, really nice. And it's available on BorrowBox for anyone to kind of go and download and see. There was a couple of schools got really involved in it, and there was some great artwork kind of created by the schools, and some really kind of thought-provoking little comments as well from some of the kids as well that took part in it too, which was fantastic. One of the other fantastic things that we have got in our libraries now is the immersive room at Motherwell Library. And if you haven't seen the immersive room yet, you do need to go online. There's a video of it, just a snippet of what it can possibly do on our website, and you can kind of see me playing about with some of the walls and stuff like that in the immersive room. It's an amazing experience, and there's lots of possibilities with it. And throughout this year, there has been lots of people had the chance to experience it in lots of different ways. Lots of kind of community groups and stuff like that getting involved and coming along to take part and doing things with it, and kind of playing about with the kind of fun elements of it and things like that as well. And We are very soon going to have another one as well available in Eardrey Library too, which is super, super exciting. So that'll be a second immersive room in the North Lanarkshire Library's kind of background as well. So we've got lots and lots of fun stuff to do with that. Katie, our librarian at Airdrie Library, was telling me just this morning that we were using the immersive room because Santa visited the library and they kind of had the walls all kind of festive and things like that. So that was very, very cute. And it just kind of goes to show the kind of level of detail that we can kind of add, kind of just makes it a little bit more special for kids to get involved in and enjoy and stuff like that. And that's just the kind of tip of the iceberg as to what we can do with these immersive rooms. And there'll be a lot more coming in the future from the use of these for the community, for local communities and stuff like that as well. Early in the year at World Book Day, we decided that we would share a kind of daily post from some of our staff about what some of our favourite children's read, just to kind of help promote reading and give kind of parents ideas of some great books for kids to read. My personal one that I put out was There's a Monster in Your Book by Tom Fletcher, which is a fantastic book for kids. I think there's a whole series of them. The series is great. They're so interactive and it gets kids really, really into reading and really kind of involved in the kind of the story. There's interactive elements to it which make the kind of kids, even kids who are not so much the kind of into reading as much, it kind of draws them in and really kind of makes it very an interesting thing for everyone to kind of get involved in. And that was one of the kind of main things that we did to kind of highlight for World Book Day, was to kind of post out some of our favourite books there, which was a nice little way of touching that. As well as that, we have also had an online book bug session all year long, basically, from a few of our dedicated book bug leaders. I want to throw out a personal thank you to the book bug leaders who have been doing that for me and kind of helping us create those videos. It's a great way of supporting the in-person sessions that are so popular in our libraries. And it just kind of gives a little bit of more access for anyone who may be able to not bring their child along to a session because of maybe like work commitments or stuff like that. And it allows them to still experience the kind of book bug session at home, and they can kind of watch and kind of learn the songs, which still kind of helps with the child's development in terms of repetition, and helps literacy skills and stuff like that, which is great. And the book bug sessions have been going on all year long online, and you can find them on our YouTube channel. If you really, really want to kind of have a book bug spree, there is a playlist on our YouTube channel that you can go and listen to all the various different book bug leaders who have taken part in that. Occasionally throughout the year, I think there was at least one where I took part. You may want to skip that one because I don't think anyone wants to hear my singing of some nursery rhymes and stuff like that. But I am there if you want to kind of torture yourself and hear me singing some of the book bug songs and rhymes and stuff like that as well. But I do want to kind of put out a kind of big thank you to the book bug leaders. They have done a great job at kind of creating those videos and kind of keeping that content coming out for you guys to enjoy if you've got little ones. And it has been a fantastic year for that, and the views on the videos is fantastic. It goes obviously out to the public, but it can go way beyond just North Lanarkshire. So the whole entire world has got the possibility of kind of benefiting from book bug sessions that has been created, which is great. We've also had an astounding year this year for some author visits. We have had some really great names come and visit the library throughout the whole entire year. I'm thinking that there's been Kathleen Jamie has came along, Louise Welsh, who is one of my favourite authors. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to go along to that event, which I was a bit disappointed about. But Louise Welsh is a fantastic author. There was also Damien Barr visited. Graham McCrae Burnett came along to Airdrie Library. Sarah Sheridan was there, and also during Book Week Scotland we had a whole host of great events as well, like from Billy Kay Pat Nevin, Peter Ross, some of the ones I can think of off the top of my head. And we also even had an online event for Book Week Scotland as well, with Lee Adam, a local author as well, which was really, really good. I just kind of added a little bit of difference to Book Week Scotland to kind of bring the accessibility a bit online as well for anyone again who for whatever reason may not have been able to come along to any of our events in person. They could enjoy an online event as well, which was great. Now, throughout the year as well, we have also had we always kind of tend to try and kind of do some really good children's activities whenever the schools are on holiday. And Let's Go Libraries is the kind of badge that we put on that. And again this year we did have lots and lots of great activities for kids throughout kind of spring break time and also the summer holiday period. And again, they were all really well attended, and thank you for everyone who came along to those and made them such a huge success. It's always great to kind of see the kids come in and get a bit creative in the library, kind of with the glue sticks and the glitter and paints and stuff like that, and making various things. And it's one of the great things about libraries that we can turn our hand to a lot more than just what some people might think of issuing books out to people. There's lots of creativity goes on in libraries, especially during kind of summer holiday periods and school holiday periods, whenever we've got these special events on for kids. And it's lovely to see kids coming in and getting excited about what they're creating and making some masterpieces that they get to take home and enjoy. And mums and dads can hang them on the fridge and things like that. And remember that they had that time in a library, which is great, which is fantastic. Now, also during the year, there was also World Book Night, and World Book Night has a kind of dedicated hour. I think it's about 8 o'clock, and it's designated the reading hour. So you're kind of supposed to switch off, and kind of just enjoy a book or talking about reading or something like that throughout that time. And for that, we did share a few of our reads for that we were planning on reading for reading hour during that. And again, it's just a great opportunity to highlight some of the fantastic books that are out there for people to read and enjoy. And it's a great way of kind of getting, maybe if you're kind of looking for inspiration, we can kind of put out a few kind of suggestions for you guys to read. And also, another thing that we have done throughout the year, which we've done now for quite a while as well, is we have created various community-built playlists in support of Playlists for Life. If you don't know what Playlists for Life is, it's a great charity that helps to support people with dementia using music and playlists. The theory kind of being that kind of music can quite often evoke kind of memories in people and things like that. Usually people associate a memory with a kind of particular song, or there's maybe been a song in the background of something that's kind of really kind of made it kind of poignant to you. And creating a kind of playlist of all these important songs for you throughout your life can help kind of people who are dealing with dementia, and it can be a kind of good way of kind of helping those people kind of spring memories back to them and things like that sort of stuff. We have, like I say, we throughout the year we've kind of created a lot of community built playlists, and what we do is we kind of put together a theme. We kind of create a web page where you can kind of submit a song, and we create the playlist on Spotify. And there's a whole bunch of, if you find North Lanarkshire Libraries on Spotify, there's a whole bunch of community built playlists that have all been based on a theme, and they are quite interesting to kind of see when you think about the theme and then what the songs are in there. It's interesting to kind of to see what comes out a little bit. One of the great things I would like to kind of share a little bit more would be some of the kind of actual memories behind it. And we might try and do that a little bit more in the future whenever we try and do more of those again in the future. But yeah, it's a great thing. And I think the Playlists for Life charity is such a great initiative and such a simple thing to think about. It's just the music kind of helping people with dementia. But it definitely does work, and there's the research and things like that behind there. It shows that it's very important, and it's great for that we can kind of support that and help by helping people kind of get to know how to create playlists, support them, kind of putting them together, and there's a lot of kind of work goes on with that kind of stuff if people need it and want to do that. Another great thing that we've done throughout the summer Obviously, every year we tend to have some kind of children's summer reading challenge. And again, this year's no different. We had a fantastic summer reading challenge, marvelous makers. Lots of kids joined it and had some great fun kind of doing the 6 books throughout summer, got some kind of stickers and little prizes, and of course the certificate and medal at the end. But this year we took it a little bit further by having an adult reading challenge as well. No certificates or medals for you guys because you're too old for them, but we did have just the kudos of being able to complete the reading challenge. And the Great British Menu is something that we kind of brought back, having had a few years gap. Basically, kind of what we did was create some genres for you guys to kind of take part, like and try and find a book on to read. And the aim is to try and kind of challenge you to kind of break out your comfort zone a little bit. Maybe if you're kind of always picking up crime fiction, why not visit the romance section and see if there's a romance book that actually you've never picked up, but it might be actually something that's quite good, that kind of thing. So we had the 6 genres, and we had some book lists to support it. But you didn't have to read off the book list. It just had to go with the genre. If you wanted to read something else that's not on the book list, that's perfectly fine. And you guys could kind of then go and see if you could complete the kind of 6 genres and see if you managed to do that. And again, quite a lot of you kind of got involved in that. It's something that we kind of had a few requests to bring back, and it was great to bring it back and have people sort of, we could see that people were interacting with it, with the folk that signed up to take part in it and things like that, and those that completed the challenge as well, which is great. And it was so good to kind of have a kind of an adult element to the kind of summer reading challenge side of things as well, which was really, really good. Another thing that we did this year was that we have created a blog, which was an idea from one of our library assistants, Parry, who wanted to kind of do this to kind of help support parents with their children's reading for pleasure, basically. And she's been creating some blog posts, which we kind of post out on social media to kind of highlight a little bit. And it's basically she kind of creates sort of little book lists and things like that, or kind of maybe activities that can kind of go along with a particular book and stuff like that. And it's all about kind of creating a way of making reading interesting and make sure that parents know there's a resource there that they can go to and find something that their kid might enjoy kind of taking part in reading. And if there's maybe, like, for instance, if there's maybe kind of a particular book that they like, you can maybe kind of find a post on there that kind of highlights similar books to that you can kind of move the kid on to once they've read all the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, or, for example, that kind of thing. And it's been a great kind of wee tool that we've kind of been able to make, and it's kind of still in its infancy a little bit, but it's a great resource for kind of parents to kind of have a look at and see if there's something on there that can help support their kids with their reading, which is great. Now, another major achievement that we managed to do this year was officially reopen Steps Library. It was a long time coming, but the new facility there is great. I had made a little kind of video about it, kind of sneak preview of it, getting it before it officially reopened, and it was great kind of seeing that. And I had also got a chance to go along to the official reopening as well. And there was an author there, Danny Scott, who kind of entertained a couple of the classes from a couple of local schools there, which was a great experience for me on my own, because it was just great to see kids kind of enjoying a kids author in the library, and the local community there were really, really supportive and keen about how they can kind of use in the facility, and it's something that they've missed dearly, and it's great that we've managed to kind of bring it back to them and they can enjoy it once again. And it's great we've kind of managed to get a couple of kind of groups started there, the Book Bug. There's also a Warhammer group there, I think, as well, which is another thing that kind of kids can get them along to and get involved in the library. And it's just fantastic. We managed to kind of resurrect that library and have a kind of proper physical space for it. Now, it is December, and one of the things that we have also done this month is we have launched a library advent challenge, which is something you can sign up to on our online catalogue, and you can challenge yourself to see if you have managed to do the various library activities that we're highlighting throughout the month of December, and see just how many kind of different things that you've maybe managed to do. And you might kind of get introduced to some library activities that you didn't know you could do, and you can maybe take part in them in the future. So I would encourage all of you, any listeners out there who haven't signed up to the Library Advent Challenge, to go and do it now. It doesn't matter that you've missed the 1st of December. You can sign up and kind of click back and kind of complete any of the ones that has already been out there, and you can watch our social media for the remaining ones that are going to come out up until the 24th of December, and see how many of the activities you can tick off your list. It's a little bit of fun, and the thinking for me behind it was there's so many kind of these advent calendar things now you see in shops. It used to be just a kind of little chocolate sweetie, but it seems like every single thing on the planet now has some kind of advent calendar, and why can't the library? So we've got our own little advent calendar where we're kind of highlighting the activities, and you can take one off every single day as it comes out and see if you've done it before. Now, the other thing, the last thing that I want to kind of highlight, although, like I say, this is not in any way a complete list of all the brilliant things that's went on in our libraries this year, but the last one that I want to highlight is this podcast itself. There has been like a whole year's worth of weekly podcasts for you guys to listen to and enjoy, and as well as myself, I want to kind of give a little bit of thanks and praise to Parry and Jenny and Andrew and Kirkland for the great work that they've been doing with the podcast. Jenny and Parry have had some fantastic book lists and book suggestions based on the Bees books editions that were put out. And Andrew and Kirkland have done great at putting together some fantastic episodes about kind of the sort of book to movie type things with that didn't happen in the book. And it's fantastic to kind of see that they've managed to kind of pull those together. And so we thanks for them. I hope you guys have enjoyed their episodes as much as I've enjoyed listening to them and putting them out there for you guys. It's been great to do that. And we're going to have another whole host of new podcasts coming your way very, very soon. Like I say, this is the last one I'm doing, but I think Jenny and Parry are planning to keep theirs going right through till the end of the year and beyond. I'm sure Andrew and Kirkland will have more sort of that didn't happen in the books scenarios for you guys to enjoy as well. And this has been a bit of a whistle-stop tour of some of the fantastic things that have went on in North Lanarkshire Libraries this year. It is a bit of a libraries wrap. It is highlighting all the amazing things that's went on and all the things that you guys kind of have been able to enjoy if you took part in them. And I hope that you have enjoyed quite a lot of it. And 2025, I'm sure, will be just as amazing and great for all of the library members out there. I hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas. Enjoy it to the max. If you do get some kind of digital device for Christmas off of Santa when he comes, don't forget to download BorrowBox and get your ebooks and e-audiobooks and e-newspapers on it as well, which can be available to you any time of the day, and it's a great way of enjoying any of those new devices that you might get left by Santa, because I'm sure he probably will leave a few of you something over the Christmas period. Our listeners are always on the nice list, I'm pretty sure. But that's all from me, you guys. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast in 2024, and there will be many more great episodes to come when I return in 2025, and also whenever Parry, Jenny, Andrew and Kirkland continue doing their episodes as well. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.